Okay. So I was talking about the create view, and this was the syntax. The syntax is create view, with the name of the view you want to create. As select column one, column two, and the number of column you want to select from table name, where you add the condition. So here, as an example, you have create view student courses as select s dot first name, s dot last name, c dot course name from students. Oh, let me add that. Yeah, from student S, join enrollment E on S dot student ID equal E dot student ID, join courses C on E dot course ID equal C dot course ID. So here we create a view where in that view we will have the first name, last name, and the course name. So this is the yeah, so this is the command, or this is the query to create a view. For now, just try to have this syntax in mind, because this is what we will use. And here, yeah, this one, the as select is not, it's in two words, as select, just like the aliasing. So you create view as you create view, the view name as select, and then you define what will be in the table you want. So when do we use a view? Once created, we can query a view just as we query a regular table, making your data retrieval much cleaner and more intuitive. So once we create a view, because the view, as I said, it's an abstract table that you have. And from this table, you can do all the operation you want. So basically, usually in production or in work, people work on views. They are not actually working on the actual database, or the actual data in the database. They're working on views. Why this? It's because if everyone has direct access to the database and someone does an operation, and it is stored directly on the database, it might delete the previous data. What do I mean? What do I mean by that? Let's say, for example, you are a group of data analysts and you want to work on the school database, or the database of a school. And when you're working, let's say one of the analysts did had to do an operation on the data, and if he does the operation directly on the database, it might it might change, or it might modify the data into the database, so the other analyst will not have the actual database. So in order to avoid that issue, what is done is usually the data analyst, they work on views of the database. So let's say, for example, one of the analysts want to work only on the grade, let's say grades and enrollment data, or those two tables. Instead of working directly on them, we they will work on a view that contains both the table grade and the table enrollment, so that every operation they will make on it, it will not affect directly the database itself. And usually the views, it's the database administrator that, because the database administrator, he's the one that manage the whole database. And the data analysts, they come, they take the data they want, for the work they want to do. If they want to do a work specifically on the grades or the enrollment side, the database administrator create a view with those tables, and that view can be used by the analyst that want to do his work. So that if the analyst may do some modification, or let's say he does an error, it won't affect the actual database. Do you understand the principle?
Yes, I do, but I have a question, if you don't mind me
Yes.
asking. So let's say when that view is created, let's say at the beginning of the day, okay, from the database by the database admin, okay, and during the course of when the data analyst that uh, took that view and start working from it. What about if there's a change, or let's say the DBA change something in the database? Would that change take effect on the view or not? So the data analyst can have the more recent information from that database that is working from, or that table that is working from.
So if I understand, you want to know if
Yeah.
when view is already created, and let's say,
Yes.
for example, there is an upgrade in the database,
Yes.
will will that upgrade will affect the view that is already created?
Yes, that upgrade, would it take place also on the view that was created, or it does not? It won't.
Um, Actually, yes, the change or upgrade
Mm-hmm.
in the database it can affect the views, but it depends on what change the database administrator is doing.
Okay.
So, for example, one um one change that does not any effects on the view is, for example, if the view is created already and the data analyst is using the view, and afterwards the database administrator want to add a new table, it won't affect the view.
Okay.
For from now on, if the data analyst need that new table to add to his work, the
Mm-hmm.
database administrator will create a new view
Okay.
for the usage of the data analyst.
Okay. That is when a new probably row or column is added. What about if it's
Oh,
just a
what
row?
what what is oh yeah, when a new table, that's what
Yeah.
I said.
Okay. So what about if like a specific um uh like field is changed in the table that
Let's say
um
for example, let's say for example, we rename the column used
yes.
by the view.
Yeah.
So if this is done, when the data analyst will, for example, write a query to select the the column with the
Mm-hmm.
previous column name,
Yeah.
he will have an error.
Okay. Mm. Hmm. Okay. Makes sense.
So, is there any other question? Okay, so here, this slide is about the using a view. So it said once created, you can query a view just as you would query a regular table, making your data retrieval much cleaner and more intuitive. So, to retrieve data from your newly created student courses view, this one that we created here, this one, you use a standard select statement. So select star from student courses where course name equal SQL basic. So here in the view, we know that we have those columns that are in the view. Okay, so when you query the view with that query, it will only give you the the course name you put in the condition. Let's say, for example, here is student basic. It could have, in our case, we don't have SQL basics in our database. We have, for example, mathematics. So if we created a view as we did here. So we will have in the view, we will have the student name, last name, and course name. And when we use that query and we define, for example, mathematics in the where instead of SQL, we will have the class mathematics with the course with the students name that are enrolled in this class. So let me try to let me share my screen. Okay, let's say that we want to create the same view. Let me just copy and paste the query. Let's say that we want to create this view. Okay, so we have, let me execute this. Would it even work? Yeah, I think I have to do the use code. Okay, we still have error, but let's try. Okay, so here I created the view. Okay, so if I go to database, I go to school, I go to views. You see that we have this view that is
Mhm.
created. And if I want to set a column, we see that we only have those columns. But these are columns that come from different table. And to have those columns, we had to make a join, right? So basically, to create the view, let's say the database administrator create the view. He is the one who write this query. And you, as a data analyst, you come and take the table already created and you do your operation on the column you want. So here, if I execute the query for to if I want to query the view, if I do, for example, select star from student courses, let's see what we have. You see, we only have those three columns, but originally those columns come from different table,
Mhm.
right? So since we created a view, the view is let's say it's a kind of, let's say, virtual table that takes the data from the original database and put them in the table you want. And here the table is a table student course. So it means that right now, as a data analyst with this view, I don't know what the actual database, what information the actual database contains. This is the database administrator that knows that. Me, I only tell him, hey, I need the data, I need the name of the student and the course, the name of the courses. And he makes a view with the data that I need. If I told him, oh, I need also the grade of the student, he will create a view with the grade of the student as well. So the result table I would use as a data, as an analyst is a table with the column, first name, last name, course name, and grade of the student. But here in this case, we only have first name, last name, and course name. Okay, so if here I were course name equals mathematics, we will see that, okay, we only have the students that are enrolled in mathematics class. So this is it with the views. So if we come back to what is a view, we say that a view is a virtual table derived from the result of a select query. It does not physically store data. Instead, it's a saved query definition. Views are primarily used to simplify complex joins or intricate calculation, making queries more manageable. They offer benefits such as enhanced security by limiting data access and improved reusability across multiple queries. So let's say that, for example, we have a big company that have different departments, okay? And the database administrator, he has the data of the whole company. So maybe there are some data that the marketing department must get access to. And let's say, for example, the human resource department, they don't need that data, right? So here, what the database administrator will do is he will create views for each department with the data they need. So all the data related to marketing will be in the view or in the marketing views. All the
Mm.
data related to human resource will be in the human resource view. All the data related, for example, to what else I can say? Let's say the IT would be in the IT view. Do you understand? So the view is a way to segment the database into different table according to each jobs. So that's why here the benefit is security because the data, the data that the, let's say, the human resource will have will only be for human resource. And even if they manipulate the data and they make some change, the changes won't affect the original database. It will only be in the view. So that if there was an error and we need to back up or to get back the data, we just create another view because the original data from the database won't be affected by the error. So that's it. And now we can go with the subquery. What is a subquery? A subquery is also known as an inner query or a nested query. It is a query embedded within another SQL query. So actually, a subquery is a query inside a query. It can be placed in various clauses of the outer query, including the select, from, or where. So the oh, yeah, yeah. So the subquery can be either in the select, it can be in the from, or it can be in the where clause of the query. The subquery executes first, and its result, either a single value or a table, is then used by the outer query. Subqueries enable you to perform operations that depend on the results of another query, facilitating complex data filtering and aggregation. So the subquery is a complex version of a query because the subquery is the query of a query. So let's look at the example, for example, a subquery in a where clause. Using a subquery in the where clause allows you to filter the outer query results based on condition derived from the subquery's output. This is particularly useful for existence check or matching against a set of value. So here we have this example. Select first name, last name from student where student ID in select student ID from enrollment. So here, when we have a subquery like this, what will be executed first? It is this query. Okay? So let's just try to execute it in SQL and we will see all together. So we have let me do this subquery. Before we will do select star from students. Okay, we are using the database school. And when we look at the table student, we have the student ID, first name, last name, age, city, and grade. And here in the subquery, we want to do let me indent it so that you can see better. Yeah. So here we want to do the subquery select first name, last name from student, where student ID in select student ID from enrollment. Okay. So before that, let's look at what is in enrollment. So in the table enrollment, we have the enrollment ID, student ID, and course ID. So when we execute a subquery, as said, the first thing that will be executed is the inner query. So this one will be executed first. It will be the select student ID from enrollment. So when we execute this, this is the result we have. The student ID. Okay. And now when we execute, for example, this first name, last name from student, where student ID in select student ID from enrollment. So when we execute the whole thing, we have this. We have the first name and last name of student. And here we can notice that it's only from the student that are enrolled in a class. We don't have David. So basically, here the process was what? First, let's look at the two table student and enrollment. So in student, we have the student ID, first name, last name, age, city, and grade. And the enrollment, we have the enrollment ID, student ID, and course ID. So when this one will be executed, the first table will disappear, and from the second table, we will only have this column, which we had here, okay? But now, first name and last name are columns that are in the student table, right? Are you
Yes,
there?
yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah, so first name and last name are are column that are in the student table. So when we do this, okay, no. First, when we look at the student table, so we have the first name, last name, okay? And here we have the student ID as well in the student table. Here, the condition is where student ID is in this query. And when we executed this query, we could see that we only have 1, 1, 2, 3, and 5. But when we look at the student table, at the whole student table, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? And to each student ID, a name is associated. So basically, this query will take the name, will give us the name, the first name and last name to the student ID that are in this section or in this query. So the result of this query is this. So this is passed as a condition to the outer query, to the bigger query. That's why we have, when we execute it, oh, Alice, Bob, Clara as result. Do you understand? I know it's a bit complex and a bit tricky. So if you don't understand, let me know now so that I can make it clear for you. Is it okay? So no one is talking, so I guess it's okay, right?
Yes, for now.
Yeah,
For
Okay,
yeah.
now.
very good. So yeah, so basically this is an example of using a subquery. So here we can see that this query retrieves the name of students who have at least one enrollment record by checking if their student ID exists within the set returned by the inner query. So this was an example of using a subquery in the where clause, but you can use also a subquery in the select and in the from clause. So subqueries offer powerful ways to integrate queries results directly into your main query's output or to create temporary table for further analysis. So subquery in the select clause. Use a subquery in the select clause to return a single scalar value that acts as a column in your outer query result set. So here, for example, we have the select between parentheses, select count from enrollment as total enrollment. And this provide a concise way to include aggregated information directly alongside other selected columns. So let's try to execute this one. Share it. So subquery in the selects. Okay, so here select count from enrollment as total enrollment. Let's first try to execute the inner query. Oh, let me yeah, the inner query, we have a select count. Let's say no, let's keep it like this. So here, when we take the enrollment, the inner query, what it does, it will just give you the numbers of rows in the table enrollment. So we have 5 rows. So that's why we have this. Here we have 5. And now when we execute all this, what do you think the result will be? Let's execute. It's still the same result. It's just the name of the column that we added. So this is an example of using a subquery in the select clause. The other one was in the where clause. Let me put it here. And now we will see the last type of subquery, the subquery in from clause. A subquery in the from, often called a derived table, treats the subquery result as the subquery result set as a temporary table. This is essential for aggregation or when you need to perform operation on an intermediate result. So here we have the select average. I will copy this and we will execute again to verify what the result is. So here we have subquery in the from clause. Okay, so here as case. Okay, so now let's look first at the inner query, the query between the parentheses. So we have a select count as count enrollment, select count star as count enrollment from enrollment group by course ID. When we execute this one, we have the count enrollment by course ID. Here, what we will do is we will try to see which course. Okay. So yeah, we can see that the course ID 101 has 2 enrollment, the course ID 102 has 1, and so on. The rest of the courses ID have only one enrollment. So here the the table that we will do the average on is this table or this one, this table. So if we execute the whole query, we have one. Let me see something. Yeah. So as average. Oh, yeah. So here in this, with this query, we can see that the average enrollment per class is 1. So one more time, what we did here is we did a select count star as count enrollment from enrollment group by course ID. And when we executed that, we had the result, the count enrollment per class. So we have in the first class, we have 2 enrollment. In the second one, 1, 1, 1. So for the 4 classes, we have 5 enrollments. So this is the table we will do the average on. So now we do the average. Now that we do the average, we have 1. So this is an example of using the subquery in the from clause. So now, mm, yeah, now, now that we saw the different places where we can use a subquery in, we will go to the next slide, which is the practice for the views and subqueries. So we will try to work all together on those questions. And I think it will help you understand it better, or it will help you figure it out better. So I need someone to share his screen and we will all do those exercises together.
Okay, I can share mine.
Okay, yes, please go on.
Okay, all right. You see, okay, can you see it? Hello? Hello?
Yes, yes, I'm here. Yeah, I can see your screen. S- s- So the question number 1 is to create a view named student grade that includes student first name, last name, course name, and the grade they received for that course. Yeah, you can add the comment question number 1 or practice question number 1.
Let me see where I can get this comment from.
You type minus minus twice.
Yeah, where can I copy? The thing is, this, this. This is a creative view, name, student, grade. That includes student first name, last name, course name, and the grade they receive for that course. Okay. Okay. We're going to create uh, create view, create view. We want student name, student grade, student grade, student grade, create a view name. Okay, create a view student name. That includes, okay, okay. So as a select, as a select. So now, what do we want in it? First name, first name, last name, course name, and the grade. Uh, grade view. Okay, so all of them from probably the student table. Let me see, you know what, let me see student table. Student ID, first name, last name, and grade from the student table. And the course name is not in the,
Yes, the course
okay,
name is not in it. You have
yes,
to look for the table where the course name is.
okay, course table to be in the course one. Okay, course name is in the course name.
Yes. Now, in the course table, the primary key is course ID,
Yes,
right?
yeah,
So you have to find a way to link.
to link these two.
Yes.
So it's going to be everything. So it's going to be probably, it could be a left or right join. Um, so do I still put this like C? I mean, because this one will come from the C. This one is coming from the cost table, so C.
Yes.
And then this G, the grade can also come from the S table because we have grade in student.
Yes. But look, so here you have the
Okay.
tables that you want to connect. You said that the table student and the table courses,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
But when you look, can you execute the select from the for the two tables?
Okay. This and so, hold on.
Just copy one line and paste it below the other.
Yes. Oh, all right. So execute this too. All right.
Okay. Now, when you execute these two tables,
Mm-hmm.
what do you notice about them?
They have course, hold on, course name, no, teacher. Here, they don't, I got course ID, course name, teacher, student, they don't have anything in common.
Yes. So they don't have any column that you can link them
Link
through.
them by year.
So now try to look at the other tables. Let's
Okay,
look at or let's execute the for table. Delete yeah, exactly. Good.
okay.
Okay. The first table, the last table is the table course.
Yes,
The
courses,
third
yeah.
the third table is the table student.
Yes,
The second table is the table
great.
grade.
Yes, then the first one is enrollment. Do you want them in a specific order or no?
No, no, no. Whatever. The order is not important.
Okay, hold on, let me do this. Let me run it again. So you know what? Let me do student course. Okay. Why? Okay, let me see. Let me do this. Okay, so we got the fourth.
Okay. So now that we have the four table,
Mhm.
since in since in our view we want the first name, last name, course name, and grade.
Yes, this right here, yeah.
Yeah. So at first we say that maybe we only need the table student and the table course name.
Yes,
But
student and
we
course. So
but we can notice that student and course name the table student and the table course cannot be linked.
that's right.
So now if we look at other um the other table, what can we link those or which table can we use to link them?
Okay, to link these two, we can
Yes.
use all right, we can use probably the grade, the grade,
Yeah,
the
we
grade
can use
because he has course ID and student ID and
so
grade ID. So hold on.
exactly. So
Yeah,
we can use grade. How the link will be made. We will link student ID to grade and grade to courses,
yeah,
so that the three table will be linked all together. So we
yeah.
can
So this would be
get
like the grade table will be the intermediate, like will be the intersection of
exactly,
student ID and the course ID.
exactly. So here in
Mm-hmm.
your query,
Yeah,
instead of s dot grade, you
yes.
can use
G,
g dot grade.
yes, G that grade. Okay.
Okay. Now you have to add you did the select. Now from
From, okay, so
you can come back to the
uh,
line.
yeah, so uh, from
No, you don't need to put a
comma.
column because
Okay,
it's the last column.
okay, okay. So from,
From we want to link first student
mm-hmm.
to grade.
So student grade. Okay. All right. So student to grade, they can be linked by, okay, I would say S student, from S student on,
Student students,
uh, yeah, the student.
and
Okay,
it's from student S, not from S student.
from student. Okay, from the student table. So this one will be S.
Yes.
on so they can be linked on grade, no, student, and we're doing student and grade, right? We got student ID, so they can be linked on student ID. I mean, student on no, on student. I think grade on student. Um, on student. Grade. Grade G. No. This is not right. Let me see something. This is not on S. Okay, no. So I have to join them.
Yes.
I have to join them first. So
Exactly.
student.
We are joining.
So this will be join. Then grade. Yeah. On S student ID equals G student ID.
Okay. Now we made we created the first link.
Yes. So the
Now
second one
yes.
will be we joined grade and student.
Yeah,
So
we
now we
join
got it.
student and grade.
Yeah,
And now
student and grade.
now we got to join.
Grade and courses.
Okay.
So grade and courses can be linked on grade and courses can be linked on course ID.
Yes.
Okay. So in here, I'm going to join course, the course table. So course is the courses that C. I mean, join. I have to do join first.
That's right.
Join courses is my table name is courses. Courses C. Courses C on I'm doing great, so I can probably do. There will be like a course ID. So on G, join on G, course ID equal C dot course ID. Courses C, so G, this one will be C. What do you think? Here I see total as G.
Okay. Now first try to execute to see.
Okay.
Okay, command completed successfully. So it means that it created the view.
Mm-hmm. So
So
now we need to look at it to see if we created the way we want it.
Yeah, so
Select all. So this one, our view is student student grades. Select all from student grades. No, the syntax is incorrect. Select all from student. Okay, what is
look at the query you wrote word by word.
as select as, to select word by word. Let me see. It's not this one. Select from the table.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you didn't wrote the from. Where is from?
Oh, select. Yes. Oh Lord. Yes.
Okay. We have first name, last name, course name, and grade. This is exactly what we wanted. This is exactly what the question asked for. Is
So
to create a
select,
view.
create a view, name student. Okay, that includes first name. Well, great. Yeah. Okay.
So that's it.
Wow. Wow. Create a view. Okay.
So
All
good
these
job.
things, it takes practice, practice,
Yeah,
practice.
yeah, it's just a matter of practice.
Mm-hmm,
That's why when you were doing it, at some point I didn't say anything because you have to force your brain
mm-hmm.
to look for things.
Yes, to understand it. Yeah, to get it.
And once you have the habit of it,
Mm-hmm,
it will just become like a game. It will become natural.
mm-hmm,
So for the rest of the time, we will continue the exercise, but what we will do is I will give you 20 minutes
mm-hmm.
to or you can even work all together and brainstorm to do
Okay.
the
The
following one.
rest.
Yeah, I will not I will be there, but I
Mm-hmm,
will not say a word. When you finish,
mm-hmm.
after the 20 minutes,
Okay.
I will come and check.
All right. No problem.
Actually, 15 minutes.
15,
Yeah, because it's 20 minutes, it will just left. It will just be five
the end of
minutes
class.
till the
Yeah.
end. Yeah. So
Okay.
15 minutes, you work all together, Mr. Joseph, Mr. Fabrice, and Mr. Badley. You brainstorm all together and you're trying to find a solution.
Okay. Good. All right. I should still share my screen, right, guys?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So, give me 1 second. I need to get my screen splitter. So I'll put, okay, you know what? Let me see something here. I think I'll copy it here. So no worries. Let me see. Okay. So we finished the first one, right? We're going to use the student grade view, write a query to find all students. So let me copy this one. Okay. And, okay. So, all right. So using this view,
Mm.
using the view, write a query to find all students who receive a grade of A. Hmm. Okay. So we'll receive a grade of A. All right. let's, you know what? I'm going to, let me,
Here, let me give you a hint.
okay,
Instead, A correspond to the grade from 16 to 20.
okay,
16.
16 to 20, okay. All right. Where we'll say where grade is above is equals, greater or equal to 16. That will be our condition. Where, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So, okay. So, okay. So using write a query to find all students who received. Okay. So here we got first name, last name, and grade. Okay. So, all right. Select. I would say everything from student grade, from student grades table where grade I'm thinking out loud. If you know where grades, I don't know,
Greater or equal to, yeah.
to 16. Uh, let's see if he's gonna give us
You said 16 to 20, right? Or 16, just 16.
just 16.
Okay.
Because hold on, let's do this one first again. This is our table, and then here it says using write a query to find all students who receive a grade. So Joseph
Yeah.
and Badley, this is the query. What do you guys think? So if we run this, it's gonna give us only, it should give us only Clara and Eva, because we said select everything from this table where the grades is above or equal to 16. And that would be like grade A. So if I run this,
Oh, okay. Okay.
it gives everything from that table and he only selects the grades above 16. 16 and above. All right. So anyway, let's finish it and then we'll ask Prof to correct it. Okay. Let's see. So, Badley, what do you think about this one? The first one?
I agree.
Okay. All right. So let me go to the third one. See. All right. So count the number of students per city from the student table. Then use this query in main query.
Subquery.
Okay, so this one is write a subquery to count the number of students per city from the student table. Then use this query in the main query. Use this subquery in the main query. Okay. All right. So this one, count. So count the number of students per city from the student table. Count the number.
I have a quick question for you guys on this one. Like,
Yeah.
when you're doing the subquery, How do you know this is a where clause or a from clause? You know what I mean? Because when you did subquery, there were different subqueries. There's one
Yeah.
from, and there's another one from select clause, and there's another one from clause.
That is a good question.
So when you are dealing with this one, how do we know which syntax we are going to use? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Have to be able to.
I think it will come from the sentence because it says write a subquery to count the number of students per city from from the student table. So,
So my question is like, how do you identify this one is from or is a where clause? You know what I mean? I'm just trying to get understanding of it because I think Prof, you said, for me, I'm trying to understand the question. So I know which syntax to use on that specific question.
Yeah.
Especially this one.
I get your question, and that was also my main concern in all these joins and everything. How do you know is like inner join, outer join, but all these things, I think by practicing more and more and more, we'll get to, find it. But from this one, count the number of students per city from the student table. So this, we have to do this one first, and then we use that one into the main query. Okay, so select the number, let's see, select. So select number of students. So this one, let me see. Sometimes I like to go back to my queries, select ID, average. Count. So this one, we're gonna count. So select student. We can say probably, we can select probably one of the first name, either first name or last name.
Okay.
If I see first name, select first name. Z. Okay, from. Select this one, we select it from the student table. And then we can say count. Select. So if we do count, number per city, the number. Write this query.
Recording in progress.
Select. Count the number of student per city. Student ID. Probably can say student ID. I don't know. Student ID. Integrate. City. Oh, you know what? Let me see something. I just thought about something. Because we have select first name. Select first name. Okay. Okay, let me do from. So let me try something like the student. Let me check the student. Okay, let me try the student ID to see if I have everything in there. Okay, we got city, first name, last name. Okay, so here it says write a subquery to count the number of student per city. From the student table. So we only query the student table. Then use this query in the main query. So select all. I would say select everything from the student table. From the student table where no, it says count, not where. Select from so this count. Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna do this one, count. So it should be, so it's gonna be, I'm gonna work from this one, okay? I'm gonna work from this.
Okay.
All right, so this one, we're gonna select everything. Select everything, count. This one, student, student table. And this one, we can say student ID. So if I do this, let me see. How's this?
Right.
See what?
Why are you selecting all in the first statement?
Because I want the first name, last name to show up. Let me see, select, hold on. Because this one we're working from this table only. You see?
Mm-hmm.
We're working from this table only. And then let me go back to my thing. Count. Okay, per city. Count the number of student per city. Count the number of student per city. So count where city from. This one is a bit challenging. It's not bad. Okay, select. Okay, let me read the guys. Write a subquery to.
Okay, I'm back. I was following you, and yeah, I knew that you will have a bit of issue for the subquery. And actually, when I was giving the class or the instruction about the subquery, I was waiting for that question. That's why I was asking if you have a question. For the question to when should we know where to use the subquery?
That's right.
Which type of
Well,
subquery we should use, or when do we know?
like where to put the subquery
Uh-huh.
to actually,
Yeah.
whether it is in the select or from or where.
Uh-huh.
I was waiting for that question. That's why I was asking a lot of time if you understand or if you have a question. But okay, I will explain you.
Okay.
So first, here the question is write a subquery to count the number of students per city from the student table. Then use this subquery in a main query. So first here, how do we do when we have to write a subquery? Here we have what the subquery needs. The subquery wants us to count the number of students per city from the student table. So if we had to write that query only, how would we write it? Count the number of students per city from the student table. Mr. Badley, Mr. Joseph, Mr. Fabrice, anyone that has an idea?
So to write the first to write like
Yeah,
a query
yeah,
that
the
counts the number of
subquery.
students per city.
Yes.
Oh, is it the
So-
one we use?
So it will be
Mhm,
the
So-
it will be select,
select.
mhm.
Oh,
count,
Okay.
count.
say,
This is student ID now. Counts.
count star at num student. Actually, it's select city and
Select
count
city.
star, comma.
Select city, comma.
Yeah, select city, comma. Count star.
Everything. Mhm.
Remove the student ID.
Count everything. Okay.
As num student from student
Mhm.
group by city.
Hmm.
So this should be the inner query. Execute it. Okay. So we have in the city Lyon, we have 2 students. In Marseille, we have 1 student, and in Paris, we have 2 students.
Okay, so this one should be the inner one.
Yes. And now the question says, then use this subquery in the main query.
Mhm.
So here we needed to calculate something because we use a count.
Mhm.
So when we need to calculate something, when you need to build a new table first and then do something with it, we use the subquery in the from clause.
So say that again.
One more time.
Mhm.
When you need to build a new table first. Here
Mhm.
we built this table, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
When you need to build a new table first and then do something with it,
Mhm.
the subquery should be in the from.
Okay.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, then it would be like select city, comma, num students from our subquery. Then,
Yeah, actually, this whole query that we wrote will be into the parenthesis of the from. So this one you put it in parenthesis. Yeah,
So
close the
this,
yes.
all this will be in parentheses.
Yeah, to city.
Mhm. And then from.
Yeah, and then you put the from at the beginning. Okay, and at the end, let's say let's alias this table as a new table. So we will alias it as city count, for example. So
So
at the end
from.
of the parenthesis
Mhm.
as city count. Okay. Now this is the table where we we will like this is the table we created and that we will use to get the information we want. Okay? So now the information we want is the number. The question is, yeah, the number of students per city. So it will be select city.
So select city.
Yes. Do select city. Num student.
Select city from
Select city. Num student.
or num student.
Select city, comma, num student.
Select
Now,
city, comma, sorry.
yeah, num student. Okay, from, yeah, put the from on the on another line.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Now execute it. Yeah, we still have the same result. But let's say that we want cities that have more than one student. So what will we add?
Okay. That has cities that has more than one student
Yes,
from student group by no, city count. Okay, so select city,
num student
num
from
student from
the new table we created. This is a temporary table
mhm.
in the from. Okay.
So we should put where
Yes.
city, where student. So there
Look
should be
at
a
Yeah, look, this is the table we have city and num student. And now
uh-huh,
we have the cities that have more than one student.
more than one student. So where
Yes.
num student greater than one.
Yes.
Mhm. Select city, num student. That's why we selected select from students. We can say
Actually, you have to read this from as if it was only from city count.
from city count.
Yes. And now where will you put the where?
So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Group by city as city count.
You see the same way we used to do with select star from student where here instead of reading just let's just close your eyes on the everything that is in parentheses and
Mm-hmm.
let's consider that the table here is city count
Okay.
and
So
the
we
table city count has those two columns city and
okay.
non-student.
So select city and where I mean from we can probably use city count here.
Yes, where
So I can put it here.
no.
No? Okay.
I just try I just tell you to do that in order to simplify it because when you read from and you read select again, it might confuse you.
Okay.
So instead of reading like select from select city, read it just like from
Okay.
city
City
count.
count. So all this thing is city count. All this thing is city count.
Yes, exactly.
From city count, okay. Where? So we can put it here.
Yes.
Where NAM student, where NAM student strictly, hold on, greater than one. What do you think?
Yes, this is it. But what I will do is I will send you Word file with the rules of when using a subquery, where to use a subquery.
Okay,
I
that'll
send it
be
in the Zoom chat.
okay. Yeah, just got it.
So Mr. Fabrice,
Yes,
can
sir.
you save this file and send it to the others? Or if they try to replicate it, already it's good.
Okay, save
So
this
that
file and then
yeah,
send it to
so
others. Okay, I can
yeah,
do that
so they
now.
can continue the exercise. And during after the class, I will send you other exercise on the subqueries in Vue for you to
Okay,
practice.
so
But
just select it.
um have in mind that I send you also in the Zoom chat the subquery rules in order for you to know where to use the subquery, whether it is in the select or from or where.
Okay, okay,
The subquery rules is in a tab
mm-hmm.
where it's explained.
Okay.
Okay, thank
So
you very
edit.
much.
All right,
Um,
I'm about to send. Before we do, I just saved my file. I'm about to share it um in the Zoom chat. Okay.
okay,
So thank you, Prof.
Thank
thank
you.
you.
If we have any issue, we'll let you know.
Okay,
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
thank you,
Yeah, let
everyone.
me share this. Save. Okay, save. Didn't save. Table
Just type,
as.
yeah, yeah, good.
And then right. This is it, right? So that's the file that I need to send to them, right? So I need to save it first. I will say, yeah. Do you want to replace it? Yes. So school DB. So let me take this one right now in the chat and then dump it in the chat right now. Is yes, this is the one here. So take this. Okay. All right. See, guys. See if you guys are able to open it on your end. I just share it with you.
All right.
Okay. All right. And then subqueries. This is the one he just sent us. Okay.
Yeah, this is it.
That's the one where,
Yes.
okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. When, use it when, okay, simple rules, filter another query, add a single value like count, build a new temporary table. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we should continue with the homework.
Yeah, you continue with this exercise, and
Okay.
after in the Google Classroom, I will share another other exercises for you to
Okay.
practice.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you. Thank you very much.